today, childcare and then driving lessons, and it's hot, so not going to be on top of my game today, but yeah, we have much nicer looking planes to begin with, and I got myself a nice to-do list. So yeah, I did a little work off stream yesterday, because yeah, if you were in the stream yesterday, my computer overheated, I think, and it didn't completely shut down, but I thought, let's just stop. So yeah, I modified the trees so that there's no black on top, so yeah, you'll see what I mean. The trees, instead of having black lines here, I just have a very dark green. I think it looks nicer, but black around the tree stump, because it's like it's telling you that you can't walk through it. I made it so that you can walk through the bushes. I tried putting in a mud patch, didn't really work, just looked a bit silly. And yeah, here's our bush again, soft green, or like dark green rather than black edges, and you can walk through it. So simply on my list is to try mud patches, randomize speed of clouds moving. Yeah, so just in the clouds, we just set the speed to 1, because that's what worked, and we just randomize it a bit so some move faster than others, because that's what clouds do, and it just adds to the realism a bit. Hope it's not distracting. I'm always walking a bit of a tightrope between distracting and better detail. So yeah, let's get right in. So we have to make some alternate versions of the stuff that we have. Oh yeah, I was thinking so we got ponds here. I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking probably actually better just to not have ponds. Because I don't know if they really make the thing look nicer. I don't know if I can make them in a way that looks nicer. And actually, are they really adding to the scene? I think more so the tufts of grass about the place and things like that are what are making the scene look nicer. Yeah, these little stones, these little tufts of grass is adding to the scene, but the pond there and the trees look fine. Maybe need to get my wife to come in and do some help with colour. But the pond there is yeah, I don't think it's really adding anything to the scene. I don't know, let me know. No one's watching right now, but if anyone's watching after the fact, let me know. Should I keep those ponds? Should I get rid of them? And yeah, just having shadows on the trees now, and that little double shadow that just kind of makes it look like a softer shadow. So I'm very happy with the current state of the planes compared to how it was before. It just looks a lot nicer. And yeah, that size differentiation, the odd flipping left to right on a 50-50 chance, I think looks good. But yeah, we could have a couple more trees. Well, we can have one more tree, I think. And ponds, I am going to say no to the pond. And that's just going to be a simple matter of here in GM, we're going to say no to the ponds. Because I don't think they're necessary. I don't think they add very much. So I'll open up my tree. And got the third one here, that's just the second one again. And I'll just draw it again. I do wonder if it's too dark, if maybe the shading should be a bit thicker. So basically we would take this and just just make it just broaden out the shading, just so that there's more of this light color here than the dark color. So I just increase each of these lines a bit. Yeah, and I think that is a good shout. So I'll bring this right over here. These ones as well. Yeah, just a little bit more, not too much. So we'll just expand the line here and here. Always press N instead of B by accident. Makes a new layer. Again. Again. It's just like my driving lesson all over again. Making silly mistakes. Ah! Yeah, I think that's a bit nicer. I feel like this shape's a bit dodgy. So maybe what we can do is just bring this over a bit. Does that fix it? And so we'll just draw another tree. So we get our same black, not quite fully black. It's a good little general rule of thumb. And branches. Yeah, let's have like a little branch to the left. And maybe a little one to the right as well. Could do that again. Line is too straight. And then we're going to take this color to draw our little lumpy tree, and I'm not going to try and make it different, not the same. I'm just going to do it again, just make these little lumps. Then we're going to fill that with the darker green. Let's go ahead and do this because it's nice to block things early just to get a sense of the look of it. And then we'll go back to our dark and we'll just kind of continue the lumps that I sort of did like that. And then we find wherever we did those lumps, we just give them nice big little crescents for shading. There we go again with the N. Is that all right? I Feels like a bit. So yeah, I think we need like to sort of engineer in a couple more lumps there. So that can be one, and that can be one. No, that can be one. They should all have a bit of shadow here as well. I wonder if it's good to have shadow and like the grain of the tree is the same color, and I'm just gonna say yeah, probably. Guess I shouldn't worry so much about these lines like intersecting a bit. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So let's export that. Okay, yeah, a few more bushes then. Bushes do look good in the end. And I'll just attempt to draw this again, but different. It would be harder to actually draw it exactly the same. I've got that song Uranium Fever stuck in my head because I'm watching the Fallout show. I don't love it, but of course Fallout is great. I like the music. Okay, so these should actually be this color. Yeah, it's a bit sort of simpler than the first one. Let's try it again then. I guess this one could be like a taller one. Going to roll with that. We can always come back and be like, can we do these better? But for now, I really do just want to get, like, you know, we do this in phases. Okay, so that'll be trees, ponds we're cutting for now, bushes, cloud shadows. So yeah, I should just do some more cloud shadows. So we'll open up a new one and we'll get our existing clouds. So I'm just going to save this as, save as. So we'll keep that one the same, and actually the shape doesn't matter, so maybe I don't know if this will make any difference, but we should probably just make it all the same color. I think that one might be a bit too simple. And I'm just going to blitz that out. So then cloud shadow. Okay, and that should help just make the scene a bit more. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I did have a look into sort of using filters and whatnot to make my pixels look a bit more stylized and whatnot, but I think just the clean color is probably fine. I don't know. Like video filters, I don't know. We'll come back to that. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. Nali's busy right now. Okay, so let's do some code refactoring. So at the moment we've got Shadow Mover, which is a script that runs on every single shadow. When what I really want is some kind of central hub for it. So I'm going to put that in. Where should I put it? I'll just put it on GM for now. We can always rethink this later. Because I'm going to have like, yeah, this is something just pertains to, like, should sit next to, not necessarily upgrades, but the actual GM script. So we'll put on Shadow Mover. And then basically we do, what do we need HUD? Oh, okay, fine, fair enough. So we'll do, we need using system.collections .generic game object shadows. Let's just go ahead and make that, because we don't need the game object, we just need to transform. Okay, and then so now we just need to populate that list. So we can put that in scenery and say, like, there's a couple ways I could do this. I could make a separate script, and then this one just does one thing and it adds them to the list, but I think that's not ideal. So when we make the scenery, I could do it by like a tag. So I would just want to go through each object with a shadow and give it a tag. So just the code would look like, and then for characters, yeah, for characters it's fine, but when we've done the scenery for each, so so we'll grab Shadow Mover. Okay, so now I've got the fiddly job, although it's not so bad. All the things that pertain to it are in here, and I'll just remember it when I make new objects. So we say shadow, remove the script, add the tag. So I'm going to have to do that with each of them. It's going to be a bit annoying, a bit fiddly, but not too bad. This doesn't apply. Could have done like some kind of nested prefab for shadow, so then I would only have to do it to one object. I guess it's not too late to do that, but I don't really see the need. I'm glad I did this before making like all the shadows for all the levels. And then, so what happens first? We generate the scenery. So what I want to do is generate the scenery before we add the characters. Do we have one for generating scenery? No, I guess not. So yeah, it's very quick. Loads the scene very quick. Okay, and so that's done before we start loading fighters. And then when we construct a character, and actually the character container should have the shadow in. So then we go shadows, shadow mover dot shadows dot add character container. Okay, and that should, yeah, that'll definitely happen after we've done the thingy, so then that adds it to the list, and that is now a shadow that we use, and this only happens once per character, 100% good. So that should be slightly better optimized, rather than having each shadow do it by itself. Okay, and then we just have a simple task. And I'm very glad I refactored characters recently. We have the very simple task of taking these shadows. So we get our character controller. We have a little slot here somewhere for shadow, which is, that should be a couple shadows then, shouldn't it? Just for clarity, we're going to call this so that should do it. That should be it. I guess I should call it like shadow container. We can keep it called transformer here for now. That'll be fine in case it comes up. Okay, I'm confident that'll just work. Okay, so then the next thing is to just improve the ramparts level. But first, I'm just gonna do a little build and run and see if we can spot anything else in the plains, because the plains is the first level. It's the first thing players will see, and it will absolutely be a first impression. So anything I can just spot that will make it nicer. That again, walking the line between making it noisy and having too much stuff there versus simplicity, versus it being empty. And I hope that I found the line here. I mean, I could do things like increase the amounts of tufts of grass. I guess I'll do that as an experiment. So we go tufts. Oh. Let's do even more. Yeah. But maybe the amount we have is enough. I think the tufts are a big one, though, for making the scene look nice. And yeah, let's just do a vanilla run, but let's do it on the second difficulty. I'll be right back. seem to have run into an issue here. Let's have a look. So, yeah, obviously my wonderful code that I was sure would work didn't work. So let's see what the problem is. So yeah, let's just press play and see what's up. See what the compiler tells me. Ah, easy. Curious about this Lego thing that's going on. Usually listen to podcasts while I'm playing and while I'm making the game and find out, but apparently there's some shit happening with Lego that's really interesting. I want to know what it is. Did I just go on ramparts? No? Okay. Holy Summon, Holy Reset, Holy Summon. Oh, I'm a bit worried because I changed something to do with like who is the subject and who is the object. What's my third tree? Did I forget to add the third tree? I think I might have done. So done. Okay, so we want healer really. There we are. It is good to generally like fill out your army as early as possible, but I kind of want things that combine with one of those. I suppose rations is good for healing, I guess. So yeah, let's just pick that. I think lower base volume of all non-player units. So where is that? So it'll be character container, and then we go heal, SFF, heal. Yeah, no, wait, no, it's not the heal, it's the heal weapon. And we say... I actually kind of don't want to avoid my army taking damage. I want them to take damage. Because then they'll get more heals. And then we summon more units. So I want all those arrows to land. Okay, yeah, let's get hammer since that combos with healing stuff. Guess damage would be a good pick. But let's focus on heals. Let's get that paladin going as soon as possible. And yeah, the levels just look the level looks much nicer in general. It's not too noisy, it's just nice. I think, yeah, Bannerman would be a good pick. Suppose Luck would be a good pick. I kind of like these sort of types of games where you can kind of switch your brain off and just follow protocol. Get the things that synergize with the stuff you have. Use heuristics at every turn. I'm gonna go with AoE. So far this is a good run, no issues, everything's running smoothly, and yeah, the game looks nice. So neither of these particularly synergize. I will do a reroll. Ah, okay. Chaining artifacts. This is going to be good. So when we do a crit, we have a chance to heal, which should be crazy fun times. Because basically every time we crit, we can heal. And every time we heal, we have a chance to summon. So, very good synergies. So yeah, I would definitely be having trouble with this guy if it wasn't for all the healing. So that's nice. Everything is balanced as it should be. Did that summon enough dudes? Doesn't feel like it summoned any dudes. Interesting. Oh, I know what's happening. No, I'm gonna quit because okay, let's do that again. But let's do a different character. Let's do random until we're on the... I guess, yeah, let's do Le versus the undead on the plains. And see how broken things get. And I'm going to give Le... Oh, well, this is perfect for Le. You just pick everything looter. Guess Loot Goblin. None of these are great. So I guess I'll pick old trusty sword. Then I'll just pick things that combo. Bats are looking good. like how colourful the green beans end up looking. Luck. Definitely luck. Nice. Necromancer just summoned revived an orc and we had to kill it quickly. Narrative. Is it just me or did those guys spawn in with a debuff? Or did a fireball just catch the stray? Did they just got caught by a stray fireball? Guess chain heal's good. Get some healing in there. Do I have chain heal on my list of sound effects? Yeah. Yeah, mana equals loot with when you're low. I just want to double check that so when we get item Okay, yeah. So yeah, can of beans isn't being doubled. Oh, shit, I'm gonna die. Woof. Yeah, Vampire Lord's pretty dangerous if you let them. Got quite a lot of his HP back. Lovely. So yeah, his special is he spawns an item. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to have like a Wheel of Fortune kind of thing? Chest, very lucky. Yeah, that's the guy using his thing. I like this. Oh dear. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Okay, so for some reason I'm doing horribly. Wonder why that is. Give me a bomb. I suppose chest isn't terrible, but I'm screwed. I'm totally screwed. Okay. Yeah, what happened there? Because I felt like I was getting good picks, although it was 7 minutes and I still didn't have any combos made. So balancing, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the level looks nice. I didn't feel like I didn't miss the ponds. Yeah, we've got a long way to go with this game. But I am going to call it a day there. And next time... Oh, I didn't notice the shadows either, so that must have been working. Yeah, I'll use the same stones that I used in the, yeah. And then the odd, like, cracked brick would be good, but little stones on the top wouldn't go amiss. Oh, we already did this. And we got rid of the ponds, so... so yeah, we'll fix up the ramparts, and then... I guess we can have a look at the bridge as well. There'll be some obvious ones there. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for everyone who joined today. Not too many people, but that's fine. And I will be back. We'll have it. No, not tomorrow. Got full day of childcare tomorrow. Thursday childcare, and then yeah. So I'll be back when I'm back. So yeah, cheers. All right, nice one. Bye.